You know, life doesn't always give us someone to lean on. There are moments when we feel tired, sad, or completely alone. And in those times, we have two choices. Either wait for someone to lift us up or learn to comfort ourselves. Real strength isn't about having a cheering crowd. It's about standing tall, even when no one is watching. Think about it. Even without applause, can you still move forward? Even without someone praising you, can you still take care of yourself? Stay neat, kind, and dignified. Okay, that's the quiet power that keeps us alive. Sometimes we forget how much beauty is around us. The grass under our feet, a single flower by the road, the leaves dancing in the wind, all of these remind us that life, even in its smallest forms, can still be beautiful. And here's the truth. Life is fragile, short, and uncertain. Why our health is priceless, something money can never buy back. So take a moment, step outside, look at the open sky, the mountains, or even just a tree in your neighborhood. Let nature breathe peace into you. Because when the mind is calm, the heart can heal. Have you ever noticed how quick we are to judge someone, even when we don't truly know their story? We see a person acting differently and instantly label them lazy, rude, irresponsible. But here's something worth remembering. Everything in life exists for a reason. Every person you meet is carrying a weight you may never see. So before you criticize, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, if I were in their shoes, would I really be any different? Another lesson I've learned the hard way is about anger. When we're upset, our words become sharper than knives, and once spoken, they can't be taken back. How many times have you said something in anger that you later regretted? I know I have. That's why it's wiser to stay silent when emotions run high. Silence often protects relationships far better than words spoken in rage. Now, forgiveness is also a tricky one. Forgiving someone doesn't mean we allow them to hurt us again. It means we free ourselves from carrying their mistakes. But we must also be strong enough to set boundaries to say, I forgive you, but I will not give you the chance to break me twice. And through all of this, never lose confidence in yourself. Life can feel heavy. People can disappoint us. But the future is not built on what has gone wrong. It's built on the hope of what's still ahead. The truth is, the best days of your life may not have even happened yet. So, don't let judgment, anger, or past pain steal your strength. Hold onto your confidence, because every sunrise is proof that beauty always waits for us tomorrow. One of the deepest truths in life is this: our parents will not be here forever, no matter how strong they seem today. Aging is something none of us can escape. That's why respecting and caring for them while we still have the chance is one of the greatest gifts we can give. Ask yourself, when was the last time you called your mom just to say thank you, or hugged your dad without a reason? These simple moments will one day become priceless memories, and as we walk through life, we must not forget those who once reached out a hand to help us. Gratitude is not about paying someone back, it's about carrying kindness forward. Maybe it was a teacher who believed in you, or a friend who stayed when everyone else left. Remember them, honor them, and be that same light for someone else. At the same time, don't waste your heart on hatred. If someone once loved you but things didn't last, let it go. Love, even if it ends, is never meaningless. It shapes us, teaches us, and helps us grow. And what about trust? Once it's broken, it may never be fully repaired. That's why we should never betray those who believe in us. Whether it's a friend, a partner, or even a co-worker, trust is a treasure we must protect carefully. Lastly, learn to live with a sense of acceptance. In Buddhism, it's called Tai Dian, or flowing with the conditions of life. This doesn't mean giving up responsibility. It means focusing on what you can do without expecting too much from others. When you manage your own duties with clarity, you free yourself from disappointment and discover real peace in your relationships. Have you ever looked back on something that once felt unbearable and realized it doesn't hurt the same way anymore? That's the strange gift of time. The problems that feel overwhelming today often fade, and the pain that once broke you can become the very strength that shapes you. Sometimes our deepest wounds turn into our greatest teachers. Think about it, how many things kept you up at night 5 years ago? Can you even remember all of them now? What seems so important in this moment may feel trivial tomorrow. Life has a way of shrinking our worries if we just give it space. This is why it's so important to accept impermanence. Nothing, no matter how precious, lasts forever. People come and go, moments rise and fall. And while that might sound sad at first, it's also what makes life so meaningful. Knowing things won't last forever reminds us to cherish them while they're here. So when anger rises or pain weighs on you, try to hold on to this simple truth. This too shall pass. Storms don't last forever. Even the longest night eventually gives way to dawn. Instead of resisting, breathe, be present, and trust that tomorrow will come with new light. Life is always moving forward, and when we learn to meet it with calmness, we stop being trapped by the ups and downs, begin to see every experience, whether joy or sorrows, part of a bigger journey, one that is constantly unfolding and never standing still. Love and relationships are some of the most beautiful parts of life, but let's be honest, they can also be some of the hardest. Have you ever poured so much of yourself into a relationship that you ended up feeling completely drained? When we overinvest in people, whether it's giving too much time, energy, or even emotion, we sometimes forget to take care of ourselves. And that kind of exhaustion doesn't just hurt the relationship, okay? It steals our peace of mind. One of the biggest lessons in love is learning to balance care with boundaries, okay? Too much expectation often leads to disappointment. Think about it. How many times have you felt let down? Not because someone did something wrong, but because you expected them to act differently. The truth is, the higher our expectations, the heavier our heartbreak can be. That's why it's so important to know when to hold on and when to let go. Not every person we care about deserves a permanent place in our lives. Some people are only meant to teach us a lesson and then move on, and that's okay. Tears shed today can become the strength we carry tomorrow. But here's something worth remembering. Don't just chase after the people you like. Cherish the ones who truly care for you, the friend who checks in, the family member who stands quietly by your side, the partner who shows up in small but consistent ways. These are the relationships that give us real strength, the ones that remind us we're not alone. In the end, love is not about finding perfection. It's about recognizing the ones who genuinely value us and choosing to value them back. When we think about happiness, okay, most of us imagine success, money, or the perfect lifestyle. But the truth is, real happiness isn't something we chase outside, it's something we cultivate inside. Happiness begins with two simple things: a healthy body and a peaceful mind. If either one is missing, life feels incomplete. Think about it. You can live in a beautiful house, drive the nicest car, and have every luxury you ever dreamed of. But if your body is sick or your mind is restless, can you truly enjoy any of it? A restless heart can never feel peace. It's like trying to find calm in the middle of a storm. That's why freedom, the kind that lasts, doesn't come from possessions or approval. It comes from within. It's the ability to sit quietly with yourself and feel at home in your own skin. Life, in many ways, is like a seesaw. Some days bring gain, others bring loss. We rise, we fall. But peace is not found in controlling the ups and downs, it's found in balance. The wisdom to know that neither success nor failure defines us, about how we carry ourselves through both. And perhaps the deepest truth is this: understanding and compassion are what connect us to each other. When we choose to understand rather than judge, when we practice compassion instead of resentment, we create bridges where there were once walls. Those bridges are what bring real peace, not only within us, but between us and the people we love. So, happiness isn't a finish line, it's a practice. It's in every breath we take, every moment we choose balance. It's in every act of kindness we give and receive. Sometimes, the best way to make life feel lighter is simply to take a step back. When we pause, breathe, and give ourselves space, suddenly the world feels a little more open, a little less suffocating. One of the greatest freedoms we can give ourselves is forgiveness. Forgiving others isn't about saying what they did was right, it's about releasing the weight we carry. When we hold on to resentment, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. In truth, forgiveness is one of the deepest acts of kindness we can give. To ourselves, the reality is, no one and nothing in this world is perfect. We all make mistakes, we all stumble. And when we remember that, tolerance becomes easier. Instead of demanding perfection from others or even from ourselves, we can choose to see humanity as it is, imperfect, but still worthy of love. Think for a moment about your relationships. They are the most precious treasures we have. Yet, how often do we let anger, pride, or ego destroy what took years to build? One heated word, one moment of stubbornness, and suddenly a bond is broken. Is it worth it? Was it wiser to protect these connections with patience and understanding? Yes, life is busy. We rush from one task to another, constantly moving, constantly striving. But here's the paradox. Busyness itself can give life meaning. It shows that we are alive, that we care, that we are engaged with the world. The secret is not to let that busyness harden us, but to let it soften us, reminding us that in the midst of everything, human connection is what matters most. Time is the greatest truth teller. With time, we discover who genuinely cares about us and who was only there for convenience. It's not always easy to see, but as the years pass, masks eventually fall away. That's why it's so important not to lose yourself just to win approval. When we pretend to be someone we're not, the relationships we build are fragile because they're built on illusion. But when we stand authentically, those who remain are the ones who truly matter. Think about it. How many people have come and gone in your life? Yet a few remain constant, the ones who show up not only in your brightest moments, but also in your darkest nights. Those are the connections worth treasuring. Genuine love and friendship don't demand perfection. They ask only for honesty and presence. Life, of course, is not without its pain. But strength isn't always loud. It doesn't always roar or shout. Sometimes, real strength is the quiet endurance of hardship, the silent patience of carrying pain without bitterness. The strongest people are often the ones who don't complain, but instead keep walking, step by step. Even when the path feels endless, and here's the hard truth, not every season of life will offer visible hope. There will be times when the horizon looks empty, when nothing seems to change. But patience and perseverance in those moments shape us more than any victory ever could. Because enduring teaches us trust, to trust that storms pass, that time heals, and that change, though slow, will come. So don't rush to escape life's difficulties. Instead, accept them, endure them, and let them refine you. In the end, time not only reveals others, it reveals you. At the end of the day, no one else can write your story for you. You are the author of your own life, and every choice you make becomes a sentence, every season a chapter. Too often, we hand the pen to others. We let their opinions, expectations, or even their approval decide our path. But when we do that, disappointment is inevitable. The truth is, the less you depend on others for your happiness, the lighter and freer your heart will feel. Think about it. How many times have we felt let down simply because we expected too much from someone else? It's not that people are bad, it's just that they're human. with limits and flaws, just like us. That's why learning self-reliance isn't about isolation, it's about strength. It's about saying, I can stand on my own 2 feet, and whatever comes, I'll find my way forward. Life itself is short, fragile, and fleeting like ice cream melting in the sun. Hey, if you wait too long, the sweetness slips away. So why not savor it now? Okay? Laugh when you can, take risks while you're able, and live in a way that when you look back, you'll smile instead of regret. Equipping yourself doesn't mean having everything figured out. This means cultivating the mindset and skills that allow you to move forward with confidence, no matter what storms arise. Self-reliance is like building an inner compass. It doesn't prevent the winds from blowing, but it makes sure you never lose your direction. So today, I invite you to take back the pen, write boldly, live fully, and remember, your life is your masterpiece. Don't let anyone else hold the brush. Have you ever noticed how good it feels to give, not just money, but time, attention, or even a smile? Generosity has this magical way of freeing both the giver and the receiver. When we give, we're not losing something. We're creating a ripple of connection, a reminder that we're not walking this life alone. Sometimes the smallest act of kindness, holding the door for a stranger, is calling a friend who's been quiet, can shift someone's entire day. And in return, it uplifts us to dot. And here's something many of us overlook. Real happiness isn't found in adding more to our lives, it's often found in simplifying. The less clutter we carry, both physically and emotionally, the more space we have for peace. Think about it. Do we really need all those things we chase? Or do we just need more moments that feel genuine and alive? A simple dinner with family, a quiet walk in the park, or sitting down for an unhurried cup of coffee with someone you love. Those are the treasures money can't buy. But we often let anger steal those moments. Anger is heavy, it wastes joy, and it blinds us to the beauty right in front of us. Choosing lightness doesn't mean ignoring problems. It means not letting them poison the love and laughter available right now. True love, Pata, isn't about perfection. It's about acceptance. It's about choosing to stay, to forgive, to grow together through imperfections. When we embrace that, relationships stop being a source of stress and become a wellspring of joy. So maybe the real secret to happiness is simpler than we think. Give freely, live lightly, love deeply, and in doing so, joy will no longer be something we chase, it will be something we carry. Life is a journey, and like any journey, there will be turns, detours, and even a few dead ends. Along the way, we'll face regrets, breakups, and losses that feel impossible to carry. Here's the truth. Holding on too tightly to the past only weighs us down. Detachment isn't about being cold or careless. It's about giving ourselves permission to move forward without being chained to what we can't change. Think about possessions for a moment. Riches, luxury, even the things we work so hard to buy, they're all fleeting. Have you ever noticed how quickly the excitement of a new purchase fades? That's because real worth doesn't come from what we own, but from who we are. Recognizing your own value, your kindness, your integrity, your resilience, that's what creates a life that feels truly abundant. And perhaps one of the greatest gifts life gives us is people. Every encounter, whether joyful or painful, carries a lesson. A stranger's smile can remind us of gratitude. A difficult coworker can teach us patience. A friend's support can deepen our understanding of compassion. Even those who hurt us often end up shaping our strength and clarity. What if we started seeing people not as obstacles or burdens, but as teachers along the way? Imagine how much lighter life would feel if instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" we asked, "What can I learn from this?" At the end of the day, life isn't measured by the weight of what we've lost or the shine of what we've gained. It's measured by the depth of how we've grown and how We've allowed every encounter, big or small, to shape us into wiser, more compassionate human beings. At some point, life gives us a choice about the kind of person we want to be. And often, it's not about wealth, power, or status. It's about something far more profound. Choosing virtue. Imagine a life built on kindness, patience, tolerance, honesty, and forgiveness. These aren't just abstract words. They're daily practices that quietly shape the course of our lives. Now, let's be clear. Kindness is not weakness. In fact, it's wisdom. It takes real strength to stay gentle in a world that sometimes feels harsh. Think about it. When was the last time someone's small act of kindness completely changed your day? That's the power of virtue. It doesn't just uplift others, it transforms us too. And what about forgiveness? So many people think forgiveness is a gift we give to others, but in truth, it's something we give to ourselves. It's about letting go, releasing the burden that chains us to anger, and opening a wider, freer path forward. Without forgiveness, we live in the prison of our own resentment. With it, we reclaim peace. On the flip side, greed and excessive desire only create suffering. The more we crave, the heavier our hearts become. But when we lighten those desires, when we let go of the constant chase for more, we suddenly discover how simple happiness really is. Fewer desires, fewer troubles, more clarity, more freedom. And here's something important. Living with virtue doesn't mean living for the approval of others. It means living in a way that honors your own values, your own integrity. Because at the end of the day, peace doesn't come from pleasing the world. It comes from knowing you stay true to yourself. So ask yourself, what virtues will you choose to carry into tomorrow? As we come to the end of this journey together, I want to leave you with one simple truth. Don't dwell on the past. The past has already done its work. It taught you, it shaped you, and now it's gone. What truly matters is how you choose to live in this present moment and how you prepare for the future that is still unfolding. Life is impermanent. Nothing stays the same forever. There will be moments of joy and moments of sorrow, seasons of gain and seasons of loss. But here's the key: your perspective will shape your destiny. Two people can walk through the same storm, yet one sees only darkness, while the other discovers the beauty of the rain. Which one will you be when your heart is at peace? Life itself transforms. Even simple moments, a smile, a shared meal, a quiet evening suddenly feel rich with meaning. You realize that beauty was never far away. It was always within reach, waiting for you to see it. So as you move forward, choose peace, choose presence, and let your life be a story worth living, beautiful, meaningful, and truly your own. If these words resonated with you, take a moment to reflect in. If you'd like more reminders to live with peace and purpose, consider subscribing. Share this with someone who might need a little light today. And let's keep spreading this message of presence, simplicity, and inner strength together.